Welcome to the show we like to call For the Love of Real Estate, where we dive into what it means to buy or sell a home in today's world. Join host Jill Elliott, Dallas broker associate and former radio personality, as she marries her two loves, radio and real estate. She's going to have you asking yourself, for the love of real estate, should I tackle my fears and buy, rent, sell, or remodel?
Hello and welcome to For the Love of Real Estate, a lifestyle real estate podcast that will give you, whether you're buying or selling, or maybe if you're an agent, some insight on what is going on in this crazy real estate world. So here's what happens. You find a house and then all of a sudden you think, oh gosh, I have to move this stuff. And that's where my guest comes in. And this is a moving company like no other. Debra Hudson, welcome to the show. And thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks, Jill. I'm glad to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you because that is probably one of the most horrific things that people actually go through is the moving process, right? Because you start packing and then all of a sudden you go, wait a minute, there's too much stuff here. How did I get so much stuff? How can I move this wherever it needs to go? And you are sort of like that logistics person, but tell me how you came about, because you really became about as an interior designer that sort of combined these two efforts of moving and design.
I did, Jill. One of my clients that lived in South Lake, I went over there to say hello to them, to check on their move. And this was back in, I think 2006. And they were deer in headlights. And I realized at that moment, I had to talk them into leaving and letting me become the move coordinator for them. And, it just made perfect sense to me, because for me, I can do that because my superpower actually is logistics.
Yeah, so that's how Smooth Moves by Design came about, because here you are, you're an interior designer, but then all of a sudden people have to move. So what you did, like I said, you combine those loves, and the rest is sort of history. It came with some things that kind of made the ups and downs with what was going on in the market, right, over this course of time. But you sort of took each one of those little obstacles and made them work, right?
Yes. Well, when the, real estate crashed and the whole world crashed in '08, I quit. Nobody was spending money. That was for sure. 18% interest. So I rebooted back in the end of 19, my company, Smooth Moves by Design. And then we know what happened in 2020, right?
Right. Everybody stayed put. Okay.
I stayed put and closed down and couldn't go to restaurants. We're scared to death. So so I'm really back out there. I've been an entrepreneur all my life, and I've thought of several different ideas and, over the years. And being an interior designer, people think it's so fluffy, like all you do all day is go and fluff pillows. But truthfully, being an interior designer, you are a logistical wonder, because things come in, the legs are the wrong color. There's different things that happen. So this came very naturally to me. Nobody likes to move except I do.
But you like to move other people, right? But let's talk a little bit about the process, because it's so amazing to me, because basically what you do is you say, you sip a martini or you go to Disney World with the kids or do whatever. And I am not only going to make sure your things get packed up and move to this next location, but I am going to unpack and make the home as if you never left. You're just in a different place.
That's exactly right. What we do is we're a full-scale moving company. We have our fantastic packers. My movers are white glove concierge, handpicked. They're fantastic. And they know exactly how to treat luxury clients, because this service is not for everyone. This is a luxury service for people who have, to not be bothered with their valuable time taken up with something as strenuous and awful as a move. So after we pack, move, then my organizers come in and they completely organize every single space. They redo every drawer, no matter how it comes in. Kids' drawers are always a wreck. So they redo every drawer perfectly. We redo the garages, look great for access, the attics, anything else like that. Wow. But one of the best things that we do, I think, is we curate closets. And what I mean by that is we color code the closets. And let's talk about the master closet. And it is by color code and style. And of course, depending on, weather and summer and yoga pants and whatever it takes. But what's so great about that part is that once you come back home and it's so orderly by color, it's very easy to keep it orderly.
Yeah, it becomes as if the move never happened. And I think that's the beauty of it. When I moved 4 years ago, we got everything into the house. Nice movers, and they packed everything. But when I got here, it just looked like everything sort of threw up or something. I don't know. And then it took me forever to get my office organized because I was busy. I was working in real estate, 24/7, it seemed. Because it's always like you're also doing other things when you're trying to move. Your life still goes on. So it's not like, I think I can take a month off to finish this. No, you can't. Most people want to get on with their lives. That's not what they want to be doing.
That's right. So what we do is we give complete stress-free moves. And it's stress-free because we suggest to any client to go on a holiday, go on a trip with your sweetie. Or if work is pressing, you can check into a nice hotel and kind of enjoy some things there, great food, yummy people to clean your place and whatever. And then when we're ready for them, I keep tabs. I always talk to the client every day. And just to let them know that everything's going great and the lighting in their bedroom is beautiful, whatever's true. And so they feel so much more comfortable knowing the movers are here. We've done everything. We're in great shape. We'll be ready on Friday, 3:00. And we work that out.
But you are like this person that is their liaison, their logistics person. So they have a contact, because I think so many times you sort of wonder, well, where is my stuff coming from here to there or there to here, right?
Oh, no. And no, yeah, you can't do that. I'm a move specialist. It's just like I'm a relocation specialist. And the fact that I'm an interior designer is one of the super benefits, because when the furniture comes in, of course, I have a pretty good idea. My design team and I have a pretty good idea of exactly where things should go. And we accessorize the entire house. We hang all the art in every room, bathrooms, kids' rooms, everything. And
that's
when
huge.
I know. And so think about that, because I don't know if I know better. I don't want to sound like that, but hey, I've been an interior designer high end here in Dallas for 20 plus years. So I have a pretty good idea, of where things look the best or fit the best. And sometimes we've moved rugs from an old house to a different room in the new house because the room sizes were different, and it just worked out. So we just take that kind of executive privilege, and we pretty much know what we're doing. And, to make it just so stress-free, because you're not there. You don't see any dust bunnies. You leave the house while we're waving to you saying, bye-bye, Jill. Have a great trip. Enjoy yourself. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Bye.
I know. And then you come back to the very same thing where you don't see one box. Everything's perfect. We always do beautiful fresh florals in several places in the house. And we do French soaps in all the showers. And music is playing. We even, of course, I have great people that mount TVs. And, they hide the wires.
That is the biggest thing ever. Ever. That is the biggest thing ever to find. And here's the thing. You're doing all that, but people could go, I could do that when I get back. Oh, can you find somebody in this day and age these days that will actually show up and do it? That's a whole nother story, right?
I know. I tell you what, men are the easiest because they just look and think, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. If you can do it, how much? And then done. Women have a little bit harder time because they feel a little bit more like control. One lady asked me one day, and it was a very valid question. She said, Debra, what happens if I don't like where you hang my art? And I said, well, when you come into the house and you see that everything is beautiful. It smells of candles and flowers. And you're there for a few days, nesting, and you're so excited. And if you decide that you want grandmommy's, portrait from over here in this room to that room, how easy is that to move? You've already got the nails. You just go, boop, right? Boop. So It's not going to be like the art is somebody's going to want to move, because we're pretty clever. She loved it. She was like, I was scared. I wasn't sure that, you would do it. I thought it was going to look like you. And I explained to her, I said, no, it's not going to look like me, because it's your beautiful pieces of furniture and art and, whatever. It's not going to look like me. So, but those are some of the questions that kind of come up, like, how are you going to know, where I want my stuff? Well, I mean, when I meet with a client and they're here in Dallas, they can certainly tell me anything in our, when we first meet. I take copious notes.
Sure. But you're the type of person, though, I think, because I've met you and stuff, and I've had a chance to talk to you on so many occasions, but you're the kind of person that I think gets to know them without them thinking you're getting to know them. Can you follow 100%. That? Like, I know that's you, because you are automatically saying, I think that you would like this or that. Like, you are automatically doing that in your head. Same with us as real estate agents. A lot of times when people start talking to me, I think, okay, I'm almost seeing the house in my head. Now I have to find it, and I have to see what they think to see if we're on the same page. But I think you do that too. And that's why this business overall, what we do need are great moving companies, but also people that think a little bit outside of that box, because people are so busy right now. And it would be worth it to have to walk into your house, and instead of seeing moving supplies and boxes everywhere and what you have to do, and the kids all of a sudden have things to do, or you have your spouse or your significant other that has other things to do, and you're like, wait, I need you to help me hang this ceiling fan or piece of art, and they're busy, and then all of a sudden it takes more and more time to get it done.
Well, moving is right up there with death and divorce. It's one of the top 5 things that people, despise. And we're actually disrupting our industry by what we're offering. Smooth Moves by Design gives you the opportunity, like no other firm in the city, to not be there and to just go on a trip, have fun. You come back relaxed, sun drenched, or you go skiing, wherever you go. But you've had a week, let's say, of fun and relaxation. And when you come back, you're beyond thrilled. I tell you what, I tell people that actually we make moving to be a wonderful event, like Christmas. You know how you feel on Christmas morning? You're so dang. Yeah. Well, that's the same with this moving. You come home and you're like, oh my gosh, look, oh my gosh, I had no idea. People have no idea how we can do what we do. They just don't. And it is like Christmas morning. So, come on, why would you not want to do that?
Well, yeah, because the anticipation is so good. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get home. But yet you're not coming home to, like I said, a pile of moving supplies and things that you have to unpack and figure out where they go and that sort of thing. See, I'm going to put it on a smaller scale for people. Like I love to see when people say, oh, I don't like when people empty my dishwasher and they don't put things in the right place. Well, I say thank you. See, anymore. Back in the day, that probably would have been me. So I feel like if someone said, you know what, I'm going to come and move your house, and then I'm going to put the pictures where I would be, thank you. Thank you. If I need to move them later, I'll move them later. But right now, I just want to come home and continue with my life.
Here's another thing, is that once your kitchen, because the kitchen will have more boxes than most any place.
Oh, yeah.
Your kitchen is all in order. The knives are in this drawer and these things are over here. Well, let's say you decide, I don't want my knives on the left. I like my knives over here. Well, all you have to do is take that drawer, the things out of the drawer, and put it in that one and flip it over. So it's already orderly. You can just might want to move it to a different drawer. That's all.
Absolutely. Oh, there you go. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a no-brainer.
Well,
to me.
Oh, but just to have somebody actually do that, because I think so many people just do the packing part maybe, And they might do the unpacking part, but it's not that sort of that luxury feel, if you will.
The high-end movers in the city, that's exactly what they do. They pack, they move, and they do, a wonderful job. And then it's up to whoever else unpacks and whatever. But even if you had, several organizers there and the homeowners there, the homeowner's still in the middle of the mess for all these days. So this way, It is stress-free. You see nothing. And, you're going to love this. Every time, I make sure that we have a chilled bottle of French champagne in the fridge with 2 chilled glasses. Heaven. But if I know it's a couple, then I'll put 3 glasses because one's for me. Because
as well it should
when
be.
we go on our reveal, when they come in and they're, seeing their house like a TV show, they've always said to me, I said, well, I've got champagne for you. And they go, well, no, you have to have some too. So I just add a glass for me now. They don't want to give me any. That's perfectly fine. But it's not like that. It's like Christmas morning. You want everybody to drink champagne, So I can't believe how much fun I have doing this because it fits into my wheelhouse,
I think that it falls under that same category as I say for realtors. It's the trust factor because you know what you do, you're professional, and when you talk to people, you give them that trust factor that you're going to do an absolutely amazing job. You know what you're doing. You've done it before. And you're going to go above and beyond that expectation of what they think it's going to be.
Realtor. What I do is I give them my referral list, and they can call anybody on that referral list. And they're all over the country because we go outside of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. We go to Oklahoma, Arizona. We can go and take you anywhere you need to go or pick you up and bring you here. I was speaking with an agent the other day about that at your firm. And she said, well, I've got some people that are coming in from Chicago. You guys have a Chicago office. And I said, well, I can fly there and be their move manager. Now, we won't use my movers there. We'll use their movers, but they can leave town and I can supervise. So there's a whole lot of benefits for having referrals list of people that have either used me as an interior designer only, or moved or used me for moves, or both, because that is one of the benefits. And you and I were talking about this, is that once we move somebody and we get them into their new house, being a designer, you can kind of tell that there might be things that they would like to purchase because they may have a new open concept, into the kitchen. And they might want swivel chairs, or they might need bigger when you move from one house to the next. Things lots of times don't fit just right. And so there I am, ready to help them as a designer, finish those last things that they might want to do. Or, I have wonderful workrooms here that do, Dallas's best, draperies. So there's a lot of things that I can do, and not just be the move lady. Somebody called me the move lady, and I just laughed. I said, well, that's fine. I mean, I'll be the move lady.
It's so much more than that.
I know, but that's okay, because I got, it's just like, but what I do actually is I orchestrate the whole thing. And that's what the homeowner would do if they were there.
That's true. That's exactly the way to look at it.
We do high rises. We do, small apartments. We do, any size house, lake house, whatever somebody needs. And I do a great consultation with them over the phone, and then I can come to their place and we can talk over some things. And one of the things that I do when they do decide to hire me, and we get them on the calendar, which is really important. Can't just get on the calendar, tomorrow. But I sit in with them when they get ready to tell me if let's say a security man's coming. There's this security systems being put in. Well, I get their name, their number, everything, because I'm not going to let just anyone into the house unless I know what they're doing, what they're adding, people, because somebody could walk up and say, "Hi, I'm the pool man." I go, "Oh, okay, run on back there." No, we don't do that.
Right, right, exactly.
We know all trades that are coming there, and I have all the numbers, and I keep that in the file. And it's just important. I'm doing a very important job for somebody that I respect, and I want to make sure that we take care of everything for them like they want it to be.
Because it's a service. This is a service that goes beyond an already existing service. The service of moving is one thing. The service of interior design is something else. But what you've done is combined these to take that one step further. And now you're even telling me you're taking another step further, because if you guys are there, then you could also maybe say, okay, well, we'll be here for your alarm guy or your cable guy. You just get their information and then you take it from there.
Oh yeah, we definitely do that, because that invariably that starts, when a house is bought and things are starting to happen. I have to know all the names of people like that, so we know to. And then I can always call the client should I need to. I try not to do that, because unless I have a feeling, I would never call them and tell them there was a problem, because that's what a stress-free move is about. Every detail handled while you're away.
Chances are, if just given a little bit of time, you can work it out. And sometimes that's how we are in real estate, is sometimes if we foresee something coming, we can call that other agent and say, what about this? And they can say, oh, well, that was because of this. And we can work together. And then we don't have to, freak our clients out unless we have to tell them something. But we can say, let's look at this and how can we handle it and what's going to be the best way to do it is part of what we do.
Exactly. I moved a client. It was a couple, and I moved them to DC out of Preston Hollow. And this was back, in 2006 or so. And they had a lot of armoires. Remember when everybody had the armoires? And when we got to DC, no, the staircases were much too small to make these armoires, go around the bend. So what I did was I had to hire a cherry picker. And we had a patio outside the master upstairs. And the cherry picker came and took the armoires out beautifully. And the movers moved them in, and we went right ahead with our business. But, and I added that to the bill, and they said, oh my gosh, we would have never thought of that. We wouldn't have known what to do, And so it was like, oh, no. We do know what to do. So
you will figure it out. You will figure it out.
Yeah. Some kind of particular happens. Oh yeah. I mean, we're going to figure it out. We're women, and we're good at that. And I love you as a real estate agent, Jill, and I love your company. And I think you guys are doing great shakes here in Dallas, and I love it because I work for you, and that every time you sell a house, you tell your client, hey, I got a moving service that'll, make you the happiest person in the world. So call them up. Because I love to work with people.
Exactly.
You know how that is with your real estate business when they sell their house again.
Absolutely.
You want them back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it's always kind of funny, when sometimes people say, oh, well, realtors, they just want money this way and that way. It's like, no, we want happy clients. It's more than that. There's something about every aspect of this business that touches people's lives. And when somebody can walk in after, thinking that they've got to move everything or, just not have it done. I think that it's the end game for me, is when you walk through that door, you're able to walk through that door and it's done. And then you don't have to worry about, like I did. Well, oh gosh, I'm still getting out of boxes. I'm in my home office, and, I always have something else that has to be done before my stuff gets done, right? It's with the family or the dog or whatever, my work. So having that calm, that sense of calm.
Yeah. And we're going to make your home office look fantastic when back. You're going to go, sweet, look, she's got my stapler right where it was on my desk before. Oh, see, that's the thing, because I'm like a move specialist. We're not going to come in there and go, oh, just put the stapler anywhere you want. Oh, heavens no. So,
and that's details.
Well, that's what's important with real estate. And this is part of real estate. And I do want to do this, and this is my own thinking, but I had asked several people along the way about how they suggest movers to their client when they buy a house. And most people, except you, have said, oh, well, I give them a couple of names from the list and why, And I'm going to tell you why, because I believe that connecting your clients to a mover like we are, specialized, taking care of things, concierge, is the last 2% of selling a house. And the reason being is because you've done everything, all the way from searching from the houses, all the way through closing, everything beautifully, I'm certain. But then that last 2% is just left to, of a mover. Well, guess what guarantees you when we get finished with their move and you call them up and they go, Jill, thank you so much. I have never been so excited. See, I'm crying now. I've never been so excited. You can't believe what they did. Thank you. You're the best realtor ever.
Yay.
Look what you got back. That's right.
Oh, for sure.
And another thing
yeah. But what you have to do is put that fourth champagne glass out. So it'd be one for me, right?
There you go. Absolutely. It's true. But they're going to want you to come over that very second because that's how excited they get. They're like, oh my gosh, when Jill sees this, she's not even going to believe it. Oh my gosh, this is the best. So I don't know. Yeah. I love it. And I think At Properties is doing a jam up job. And I'm real glad that you guys are here in Dallas now. It. And
yes,
I just want to be y'all, mover extraordinary. I have been brought in. The reason why I say that, the last 2%, I've been brought in when big mobility companies have transferred someone into Dallas. And both of the people in the couple worked. And they thought that the movers were going to come in and put everything where they were supposed to be, and they could not be there, and they hadn't set up housekeepers or assistants or anything they might have, a friend. And they come in, and it just looks exactly like what you'd expect. Boxes and junk and stuff here and there. The beds are set up, but nothing on them. Every box is, still packed. And no, it's a mess. And they are so saddened because they've just paid a lot of money. Those mobility companies, they charge a lot of money. So they don't out what we call settling in service.
Right. So yeah. So if somebody is moving here and everything is just being dropped off, then they can contact you and you can take it from there. So you have this point of, okay, now let me orchestrate getting your stuff in the rooms and assembling all of the furniture that needs to be assembled should it need that, or making sure it's in the right place, like you said. So that's a good thought process too, right?
Yeah, because that settling in service is the one that you said that, makes you feel content and happy.
It does.
You feel like
it changes everything.
I can't believe. Yeah, it is a game changer. And there's a lot more to that is negative. And so I have been called in on horror shows that you can't imagine. So I get it. So that's the reason why settling in services to me are fun. We just have a good time. My girls are dynamite that are, that do the organizing and the curating of those closets. Oh, they're unbelievable. So,
okay. So maybe you've been in a house 6 months and you're looking around and you're going, I need some settling in help.
Yes, they should call me.
They should call you. So as we wrap things up, go ahead and give me, your website and this how somebody could get in touch with you. Sure. The easiest way to get in touch with you and your company, and of course your website as well.
Well, the easiest way to get in touch with me is to call me. I'll give you my personal cell number. And you want it? You want it now?
Yeah, absolutely. Bring it on, girl.
Okay, 214-236 3532. And my website is smoothmovesbydesign.com, 214-236-3532. And there's also, contact information that'll send me an email. And on Instagram, you can check out my Instagram, which is at smoothmovesbydesign. And I'm very easy to be found because I live with my phone in my hand. Like
wonderful. Yes. Don't we all? Absolutely. In my sleep and everything else. But I'll tell you what, Debra, this is an incredible way for people to sort of embrace this process because it is part of it. I mean, I can remember when we were moving, my husband, I'm like, hey, do you want this? No. It's like, yeah, but your grandma, no. Just like, you get to that point where you love these people in your life and you're looking at them going, do I? This will help you because moving with your loved ones isn't always the easiest thing. You can love the heck out of somebody. You start moving, it becomes a little bit crazy. So I think you also save relationships probably too in the process, don't you think?
We do. And I go over things with people, if they say, listen, make that disappear, or we're going to do all these for donations. We have all kind of sources like that. We'll have things.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
It's like, I don't want anything. And we also do storage. We have to go pick up things in storage and bring them to the house and kind of decipher and edit through those and see if it's something we want to use or whatever it is. But that's kind of part of the conversation in the original consultation.
Sure. Sure. I mean, a lot of moving parts when you move, but it doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be difficult.
No,
you can
it's
actually
Christmas.
sip
it's
a
Christmas
martini.
Morning.
Yes, it
That's
is.
right.
It is.
I know. I remember making that. You sip martinis while we make your move. And somebody said, you really want to do it? And I said, well, yes, I do. Because those are the kind of clients, when they get that, they get the picture. That's a painted picture. You sip while we make your move. That tells everything. What does that mean? So, I love what I do, and I'm right here in Dallas, and I can be anywhere somebody needs me to be. That works out pretty well, too. So, Jill, I appreciate it. You're so fun to talk to.
Yes. Anytime you need to come back, and it's just going to keep getting better and better. I just know it. So thanks again for joining me and my amazing guest, Debra Hudson, Smooth Moves by Design. It's a modern luxury move. It doesn't get any better than that. Find out all about it. And also, if you can, subscribe or follow For the Love of Real Estate. And if you have any questions, drop me a text, 469-500-1300.
Thank you for tuning into For the Love of Real Estate. If you enjoyed today's show, head over to fortheloveofrealestate.biz to join the conversation, access the show notes, and sign up for our newsletter.